Okay, this is video number 1 for integrated 1, specifically about exponential growth. So make sure that you complete these problems along with the video and then try or complete the you try problems after this as well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is the idea of graphing. Not necessarily solving by graphing, but being able to graph. So if we take a look at this, I'm going to go through the different steps here. I'm going to identify the Y-intercept. So taking a look at the graph, the Y-intercept and the 0th term are always located in the same spot. So we're going to take a look at that 4 in front, and I'm going to identify my Y-intercept as 0, 4. And I'm going to go ahead and actually plot that point on my graph. So looking at my graph, I'm going to go up 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to plot that point right on top of the Y-axis. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one more value to plug in for x. I typically like to plug in 1 or -1, just because my expectation is it's not going to be super huge of a value. So I am going to plug in x equals 1. And then if I get a value that I'm not comfortable graphing, so maybe it's too big, then I'm just going to pick another number. So everywhere I see an x in the equation, I'm going to plug in a 1. And I'm just going to grab my calculator and type this in. So that's going to give me 12, which means the point is 1, because that's what I plugged in, comma 12. All right, let's see if it actually fits on my graph. I think it might. So I'm going to go up to 1, comma 12 and plot that point. Now that my point's plotted, I should have enough information to get really close to being able to graph this. All right, next thing I need to do is identify the horizontal asymptote. Well, based off of the equations that we've been doing, the horizontal asymptote is whatever number is added after the exponent, so at the end of the equation. If there's nothing there, we know the only number we can actually add is 0. So I'm going to draw an arrow up to that guy as well, and that's going to give me my horizontal asymptote. So now, as a reminder, an asymptote is a line, so we need to write it as the equation of a line. So we're going to do y equals whatever that number is, which is 0. So on my graph, I put my horizontal asymptote as a dashed line. When we were in class, we kind of put it at a bit of a tilt so you can actually see it on top of the x-axis. All right, next thing I need to do is just sketch this thing. Remember, we sketch from left to right. So if I take a look at this, coming in from the left-hand side, it looks like I'm going to start low at the green point and go high to get to the blue point. So we're going to come in low and then curl up to go through our points. And then draw an arrow. All right, see if you can do the you try problems.